What's up, guys? I'm here tonight for part 3 of my training series on losing weight. And I'm going to give it a couple minutes before I get started. I'm going to give a few people time to get on board. I'm a little bit early. Wanted to make sure that I gave everybody time to register and that everything tech-wise was working good. The other night we went to do a training session and we had a little glitch and some of the footage was a little blurry, and I wasn't happy about that. I like to have the best quality that we can coming at you. So we're going to give it about 3 minutes. Say hello if you're coming on board. We're not going to start until right at it's time. But again, I want to be on a little bit early. If you've got an early question as you're coming in, or you just want to say hello, please do that in the comments. I would love to hear who I have. I've gotten quite a bit of, actually a lot. I've been on text, phone, and email, literally, and messenger, literally all day for the last week and a half with people all over the country who have seen the trainings and they want to learn kind of what this plan is that we keep talking about. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to nail down some important things that you need to know regardless of what type of fitness routine that you may or may not be on. We're going to figure out why it doesn't work. We're going to go over several steps of how you can fix that. And then at the end, for the first time in this entire free training, I'm going to give you a chance to jump on a Zoom call as a group with anybody interested and learn even more about our plan. So we're going to go ahead and hit our intro video right now. And when that's over, we're going to get rolling. We'll see you in a few.
Like lunch.
All right, guys, so welcome. I wanted to give a little intro before we got started. In case you don't know me, most of you should. My name's Alan Branch. My online program is Project 49. Of course, we have a local fitness facility in Kernersville, North Carolina as well. And our online program has clients now in 49 states. We're still waiting on the last one. And we'll get that soon. And we've helped people over the last, now it's like 19 months, get really fast, rapid fitness results. And a lot of our regular clients are here tonight that can speak for me. And the results from it, they keep coming back because they've learned that the coaching portion of this is the most critical part. It's kind of understanding not just the what and the why, but the how. And, you know, I have this personal thing, right, with how, and I'm not judging anybody. It's a free country for now. And it's mind-boggling how out of shape America is. It's the last study I just read is that 2/3 of America are overweight. 50% of our population is considered severe. I saw a doctor who said that 90% of our population would be dead in 6 months if they had to go off the grid. Because of health problems. The average person that visits the ER is taking between 9 and 13 medications. People just don't know Or they think that after they pass age 40 that it's over and they might as well just go down with the ship and there's not a lot they can do. And we have definitely turned that upside down and proven that completely wrong. So the idea is to learn to train smart and to figure out a program that isn't about your entertainment and recreation. That's fine, but it's about the result. And if you're getting the result and it's sustainable, if you lose weight real quick, that's easy for us. We can do that in like weeks. It's easy. It's creating something that your body doesn't hurt, you get stronger, you move better, and it's sustainable in the future. Because if you won't think about your future, then if you're my client, I'll do the thinking and planning for you. So I want you to say hello if you're here, guys. I've got several that have already said hello. I'm not seeing comments on my computer. I'm seeing them on my phone, so I'll be monitoring the questions there, but I'll be able to see all of this after the fact. We're broadcasting not just to my Facebook channel, but also to our YouTube, and we've got people watching that also from all over the world. So what's the problem? Here's the problem, guys. Fitness has turned into something that is more about entertainment and less about getting a result. So people show up at a gym and they run on a treadmill, or they do whatever fad workout they see on TV, or somebody's selling a video series and they jump on that wagon and they're caught in this cycle. And I want to go over that cycle real quick. And then I want to add two things to this in case you've ever seen it before. So we call this vicious cycle of weight loss, gain, and frustration, we call it the fat loop. And the fat loop is this cycle that so many people are stuck in. It is mind-boggling. And when we created this, we were like, oh my gosh, we just discovered the problem with fitness in America. So we're going to go through that and break down what we think it is. So this is where most people are at in their fitness journey, and what we call the fat loop. It's a cycle of frustration, and few people, based on everything I can research, less than 5% of people are happy with the way they look, the way they feel, and how their clothes fit. That's not many. We can fix that, but you got to understand the problem before you do that. So here's what happens, guys. The typical person decides they want to lose weight, okay? And then the first thing most of them do is they start doing cardio. A lot of problems with that. We're going to try to keep it really simple tonight. How's that working out for all those people on the treadmill at the box gym? How often do you see one that's actually fit over 40? You might get away with it a little bit in your 20s and early 30s, but as your body wears out, can't do that anymore. Plantar fasciitis, knee pain, hip pain, low back pain. It's not going to last. And they're losing their muscle mass. So they're doing too much cardio. We'll get into that in a minute. Or they're doing strength because they've heard that was good, or they saw this extreme strength training program where people are doing all kinds of crazy stuff, and they think, well, let me try that. Generally, we get some injuries, not sustainable. Small portion of people will stay in it. Others will either tough it out, visit a physical therapist or a chiropractor, or they'll get frustrated and quit, go back to cardio, or they get into diets that aren't sustainable. So there's things that the next how many days, or track this, and they create ways for you to cheat and eat sugar and have no discipline. So in the end, you fail. It's just a cycle, guys, that is brutal. And the big thing about that is that at the end of that loop, they get frustrated and they quit. And then later on, they think, I'm out of shape, and they jump back in the loop. And you're always in one of those three facets of that loop. You're either in the cardio loop, and you're doing too much cardio. You're in the strength loop, doing it incorrectly, which ends up with injury or no result. Or you're in a diet loop, or some kind of combination of that, right? So once you've identified the problem, then we can fix it. So if we're going to do cardio, what does that mean? If we're going to follow a strength program that gets results but is sustainable, what does that mean? And if I'm going to follow a diet plan that is sustainable and that I can keep going and not starve to death, what exactly does that mean? So 40 years of research backs up that if you do too much cardio, you're going to store body fat. Okay. You've got a bigger problem though, and this is the one we're going to focus on. If you start doing cardio to lose weight, for every 4 pounds that you lose, you're losing up to 1 pound of lean muscle tissue. You are not going to win on that. You're going to lose. You're going to lose because your metabolism is going to slow. You're going to have more saggy skin. You're not going to like the way you look. And muscle is too hard to keep on for you to run it off doing cardio. So you got to reel that in. When it comes to strength, if your form isn't right, if the level is too intense, if you are not getting enough stimulus to create a result, or you're not going to see any result from it. So all you're going to feel is pain. You're going to hurt, get frustrated, quit. Okay. Then the diet loop. You hear about a great diet plan and all of a sudden you're on it and you're on it for a couple of days. And this is probably the number one problem. Everybody says, I don't know what to eat. I can't keep up with the food. In my coaching program, we're literally developing a week-to-week food plan that's going to be released in our program called 365 that's going to help every single week coach them to stay on the right track with their food. But hey, we like to eat, man, and we want to be full. So we've got to create a plan that will do that. If any of my clients are ever hungry and they're following the plan, something's wrong. We need to talk, because there's so much food you can eat in a day and stay within your calories. It's incredible when you pick the right foods. So let's talk about that for a second. So when it comes to meal plans, and then we're going to go into these other two things we need to discuss. This is what you've never heard before from any meal plan that you've ever taken, seen on TV, read about, seen on the internet, or heard fitness gurus say. Okay. We have created a plan that is, it has to be a caloric deficit, right? So if you're not eating less than you burn, you're not going to be losing. Okay. But who's talking about nutrients? See, what about the nutrients that we need? What about the protein that you need to keep from losing muscle mass? So your diet plan has to help you reach a caloric deficit without hitting a nutrient deficiency. Like you got to have the vitamins and minerals from your food while maintaining the right, and there is a correct threshold of protein you need to eat, while maintaining the correct protein threshold. And this is when magic happens. You combine this with the right strength and interval program, and everything comes into place, and it's sustainable and it works. But that is something very important. But here is what happens. And again, if you're here, make sure you say hello. If you're brand new, I see my buddy Patrick. Man, good to hear from you. Patrick lived in Florida when I was 16 years old, and if it hadn't been for that guy, man, I wouldn't have made it. Patrick Sokolowski. He was my buddy. I met him on the school bus when I was a junior. And I'm telling you guys, if it hadn't been for that dude, I probably wouldn't be here helping you. So, Patrick, if I can help you, buddy, all you got to do is ask, my man. All right, so check this out. Here's a way to help you understand this problem that we got. Okay, so let this line represent how many calories you need to eat, and carbohydrates and protein to maintain your maximum fitness level. Okay. This is to maintain your weight. If you go under this, you're losing weight. If you go over this, you're gaining weight. That's a pretty simple way to look at it, isn't it? So this is maintained. So if I eat this all the time, I stay the same. If I eat this all the time, this caloric, I'm getting the right amount of calories, nutrients, I'm going to lose fat. And if I eat up here, I'm going to gain fat, gain weight. Okay. Here's where most people go wrong. I'm going to mess up my board right now. So they start the week out, or they start a program out like this, and then they cheat a little, and then they do good, and then they cheat, and they're like, man, I got to get it right. And then I'm doing a little better. And then Friday comes, and then Saturday comes, and then we've skewed this line all over the place. So while we did have a few little moments of glory and eating good and following the right plan, we had more moments that weren't glory and they were not following a certain plan. And at the end of the week, this thing stretches out and they're the same or heavier than they were when they started. This is part of the diet loop. So on Tuesday morning, I'm like, okay, I'm on this. I'm doing good. Wednesday, I'm like, I'm doing good. I think I'm going to cheat a little bit. Okay, well, shouldn't have had those chips at the Mexican restaurant because now I'm up again. Well, now I'm back up over the scale. Well, let me do better on Thursday. So I do better on Thursday. Get up Friday. Well, the week's over now. I might as well blow it. Then they drink alcohol or whatever it is, their niches. And by the end of the week, it's a loop of nothing but frustration. And guys, you got to break it. And there's only one way that we have found that is proven to break that. And that is to follow a plan that is rules-based. And rules-based means that I can have all these different foods. I don't have to watch my quantities so much, but because of the foods that I'm choosing, I can eat more of it, stay full, enjoy stuff that I like, but I have to stay within the parameters of the rules that I have, if that makes sense. So if that makes sense, I'm talking a lot. So guys, let me know if you understand it. If you've ever been in the fat loop, please comment the loop because I want to see that. I know we've been there. Everybody's been there, man. You just got to fess up and admit it. First step is admitting we have a problem, right? Okay. So go ahead and put the loop. If you understand all of this, please let me know. I want to know that you understand it. Okay. All right. So good. Got plenty of comments coming through. That's great. Now, here's the next phase of what we have to deal with. And this is men and women. Okay. After 30, maybe earlier, you're losing up to 1% of your muscle mass a year. Okay, so if you're 40, 45, heading to 50, 55, if you're not doing something to reverse it, you're going downhill. Okay, you're losing it. Metabolism slowing down, your posture's drooping, energy level drops, your drives are going down, everything's going down. And a lot of that can be attributed to the loss of lean muscle tissue. We can fix it, okay? But until you address that, not by seeing how much weight you can bench press or how many things you can carry over your head running 50 miles an hour, that is not what we're after. We're after something that's going to introduce a stimulus to your physiology, something that changes you from the inside and helps you gain lean muscle without the injury, okay? That term of that loss of muscle mass is called sarcopenia. That's the medical term. It is literally crushing our society. There's a doctor that I follow regularly, and he thinks that the amount of lean muscle you have will soon be a dictator of health. It'll be one of those markers like blood sugar, cholesterol, inflammation markers. How much lean muscle do you have? So think about this. Have you ever seen the pictures of the guys and the girls in the 80s, like during PE class? Like you see them in 60s, 70s, 80s. Everybody's lean, cut. They all look great. That's us now. That's us now. So if you go back and look at your yearbook and look at the lineup of everybody standing there and put those same people in a room, do you think, I'm not talking about their face and their skin, although we can help with that too. Do you think those people look anything like that now? No. And the reason is sarcopenia, muscle loss, a society with too many calories, not enough exercise, or exercise that is killing you, diets that aren't sustainable, and it's beating the society down. So how do we reverse it? You've got to flip the stuff around and go back to focusing on the things that's going to restore your body to the way it was then. What is that going to take? Okay, we'll get to that in a second, but that's one, sarcopenia. The next one is hormones. Women, I get it. I've trained women all over the country. I'm married to one. I understand what's going on. Men, I get it. 55 years old. A lot of people are struggling with testosterone drop, or just their drives are down. They gain belly fat a little easier. I get it. Okay. But I think there's a problem here with, and in our coaching, in our group coaching call for my clients the other night, we discussed this in detail. But the problem is that that is being used as the excuse to not strength train, not follow a good diet plan, not do the right type of interval, not get enough sleep, not get all these things. Go ahead and eat and drink this because it's too late, it's over. Blah. So is it really the hormones causing the problem, or is it the loss of muscle mass and energy due to a lack of training, nutrients, minerals, proteins, etc.? I don't know of a case in my group of someone ever who has not improved dramatically just by following the plan. Now, if somebody gets to a point where they need some type of hormonal replacement, absolutely. If it's needed, you get it, you understand what you're getting into, you go for it, but not until you've tried to maximize your potential through the right type of plan. We're not talking go run 10 miles every day and then go cross train for 4 hours. I'm a member of a group online that I mediate a little bit, and I help people. And one lady came on and she said, all right, guys, what do I need to add to my program? And I'm going to paraphrase it. She's like, I do cross training 4 days a week. I cycle 3 to 5 miles 3 days a week. I do yoga 3 days a week. And then I run a half marathon twice a week. What do I need to add to my program to get results? Okay, so if she was in my program, the first thing I would do is stop her in her tracks and say, if you don't quit all that, you can't join Project 49, because this is ridiculous. She is killing herself and seeing no result. Not about how much we can do. It's about the minimum we can do for the maximum result. So what does that look like? And guys, if you have any questions, Karen says it's easy to get train wrecked, sitting too much, not enough sleep, poor eating. All of these are tenets of Project 49 that we have to deal with. Who said? Meredith said, I'm in the loop. Help. Meredith, we've already got you. You're going to get help. Okay. All right. So what do? So here's what we do, guys. We feel like there's a couple of steps that you must deal with, and you must deal with all 5 in some manner to ever make this work. Okay. And you've got, of course, strength training, because you got to deal with that muscle mass problem. You got to deal with it. You got to deal with the strength. You've got to get your nutrition under control. You got to have a plan for that. You got your strength, you got nutrition. You got to get the right amount of sleep and recovery. I mean, you have to. If you don't get the sleep and recovery, you're never going to see the results from your program. Then you've got to deal with applied stress, like learning the right amount of stress to place on your body. And that's what exercise is. See, exercise is a type of stimulus. It's an irritant that you put on your body. So if I lift a weight or do a squat motion, then I am introducing that stimulus to my musculature. And if it's the right stimulus and I've got the right protein to back that up, then that muscle is going to grow. And then I'm going to let it recover, and I'm going to come back. I'm going to hit it again the next day. So you got these things that you have to deal with, these pillars. And then the most important potentially is the mindset. So there's fitness gurus all over YouTube. I follow a lot of them to check them out, and I'm very disappointed to say that most of them are on steroids or they cheated. You lose credibility with me as soon as you do that. I'm 55 years old. The best thing about me being 55 is I'm able to start helping people at 40, and they can look ahead and go, well, dang, he doesn't act like he's 55. Yeah, because I know what I'm doing. So what we want to do is get your mind right to understand, what does this 30-plus-year-old body need to be the maximum of what it can be? And that's what the Project 49 plan is. It's a way to break down each day exactly what I need to do in 30 minutes or less. Sometimes are rest days, or 10 minutes or less. What is my plan daily? Like, what can I follow? What's up, Mike from San Antonio? Thanks, man. Appreciate that very much. What type of program can I follow that will help me be leaner, stronger, healthier without injuring me? Okay. Lots of routines online, lots of stuff you can do. Who's talking about protecting your joints, sustaining your routine, and jumping into the future just a few years. And guys, let's all agree on this. There has never, ever been a more important time in history to consider being in better shape, because no matter who you are, what you have to face, falling down, a bad cold, getting attacked, a virus, wouldn't you want to deal with that at your strongest? We're not talking about political and vaccine or not. Where you stand with that is your personal choice. It's also your choice to be stronger and healthier so that you could take on that, forbid you have to, or if you're recovering from it, you know what that's like. So what we like to do is put you on something like this. You have to have a balanced strength routine that gives you the right stimulus, allows enough recovery. You got to have a nutrition routine that helps you remain in the right caloric range while getting the right vitamins and minerals, maintaining the right amount of protein, especially guys over 40. Critical. Okay. If you want to know about the amino acid that we recommend for optimizing your protein, comment amino in the comments, and I'll make sure I go back and check these later and send you information on that. Will help you optimize some of the protein. So your strength program, you got to be on the right nutrient program. You've got to learn to move. Okay. So people that can't follow or sit and watch something like this for 30 minutes blows my mind, because we watch Friends reruns for hours at a time. And I try to put 100% into helping, and you got to stay focused, right? And just stay with it for just a minute. So you have your strength, you have the right nutrition. You got to think about your ability to move. So for example, one of the movements in Project 49 that we train is something called a drop. Okay. And a drop is part of an agility routine that we use to do our intervals for fat burning. And a drop is this motion. Okay. I'm going to do it kind of slow, but it's a drop, right? So when you drop into this position, it's kind of like you're in a sprint position to begin a run. It's kind of a load up position, loads the quads. If your knees can't take it, we modify that, of course, but it's just a drop. It's just something simple. What do you think happens when you step on ice or something slippery and your foot goes out from under you? You automatically go into this drop position, okay? It may not be as pretty if you don't know how to train it, but that is what your body does. So an example, a couple of weeks ago, I was doing some yard work, and where I am now, I have to bag up my shrubbery and stuff when I cut it down. So I had a trash bag. Don't ever do this. I had a heavy-duty contractor trash bag laying on concrete, and I didn't see it and stepped on it, and this leg went straight out from me. And the reaction was instantly to go into that drop, and I probably prevented dislocating my hip from that movement. Now, let me ask you this. Whatever routine you do, how many exercise routines do you do that are helping you with that? Helping you have balance, helping you with movement, helping you recover, helping you think about what's it going to be like in 10 years. Are you going to be that person that can barely walk through the mall? Or are you going to be that 74-year-old like my neighbor, Kurt, playing competitive tennis, who does Project 49? Your call, guys. Got to decide to follow the plan. And then having the right mindset to understand this isn't a game anymore. If you're over 40, you're making some decisions, guys. It's nothing to do with motivation. There's no such thing as that. Everything is a decision. So you're making a decision. Do I protect and build my body to move better as I'm older, or do I go down like most of the people on the ship who are going to be overweight and literally helpless in the event of falling, being attacked, or having to do anything quickly? And that is sadly where most of America is. Do I sound like I'm preaching? That's what I want to know in the comment section. Does it sound like I'm on? Because I am a little bit, guys. It's a passion to let people know that there's a way to fix this stuff, right? But if you don't follow a plan, it's not going to work. right? So what do I do these free calls for? I actually had somebody the other day say, I'm skeptical because your calls are free. I'm like, do you have any idea how many people we've helped with a free call by just giving them pointers? And the reason I do it, guys, it gets information out and it does generate interest in people who want to go, what the heck is this plan you keep talking about and how do we get on it? So the goal to get there with you is to give you as much information as I can. And then when you decide you want to be detailed and really learn what's going on and how you can train with us, then we talk about that. So I want to know if you have any questions. And also, if you are here and you are interested in the plan, when I'm done with this call in just a couple minutes, I'm going to go through the comments. And if you're doing this later, just put hashtag replay info and I'll get back to you later. But anybody that's here now, when we're done with this call, I've got the Project 49 Zoom room ready. And I'm going to go through real quick and I'm going to send a link to anybody that's interested in this actual program of seeing the meat of it. And I'm going to shoot you a link to this Zoom room and have you jump in with me and I'm going to be able to talk to you personally, answer any questions that you have, explain to you exactly what we do and how we do it and help you lay it out. So over the past couple sessions, we've given out a sugar detox guide. We've given out a graphic for protein, help you with graphic. We've given out a link with a discount to the amino acids. We've laid out and discussed how to lay out the meal plan. We've talked about the big three, the top 3 exercises you need to be doing. All this stuff we've covered in our free training sessions. Now it's time to get into the meat of the plan. And I want to know who wants to know info on that. Just put info or shoot me a PM and on Messenger and I'll send you a link. And for now, I want to take a second and answer any questions that anybody has. Okay, so I got Richard, my man. Richard said amen. So I guess he thought I was preaching a little bit, and that's good. Got tons of people on board. Some wanting aminos. Some wanting info now, sending me private messages. Okay, so guys, if you want some info on what we're talking about, just put info in there. So here's this is where I think we are, guys. The other week, it was like a Thursday night, and I was driving, and I decided that Thursday night was going to be my cheat meal. So what am I going to do? So I'm going to go through Sonic. I'm going to get a burger. I'm going to throw away the bun. I'm going to eat the burger and the cheese, and that's going to be my cheat meal. I'm going to ditch the fries, and I'm going to eat that real quick because I was starving. My wife wasn't in town. I didn't want to cook. So I made a calculated decision. And was it the best? No, but this is honesty here. And in front of me, I saw a lady, and she was trying to reach out of the car to get a meal, right? And first the ice cream came out, and then a bag of food came out. Not judging her, okay? Whatever. But when I drove by, here's what I saw. I saw somebody that spent probably $11 to $12 at Sonic. And she had it's one of those, you could tell her hair had just been done. You know the look. It was perfect. And she was about 70 pounds overweight and was barely able to reach from the car window to the fast food drive-thru. The Project 49 coaching program is way less than that weekly. People can spend $12 on a fast food visit, $60 to get their hair done, thousands of dollars on Botox, work on their skin, and let their body just fall apart. And I just can't deal with it. So if you want help with that kind of stuff, guys, please just comment info or ask me any questions that I'm glad to answer any of them for you. And that's no matter where you are, what state you're in. Again, we've got clients now in 49 states. And this is what I do all day long, is help people just like you with this thing. And if you just need a little tweak or something to your routine, or you have a specialty question about the amino acids, whatever that is. And guys, one more thing. If you're one of our regular clients, please throw a quick tag in there about Project 49 and just tell some of the people that are watching what it's about, because it's easy for me to get up here and preach at you. It's something else when you deliver the one thing that we have that no one else ever tends to produce, and that is the transformations that occur within 3 to 5 weeks of our program, which are absolutely mind-boggling, and a bunch of them have been in on the call tonight. If you want to real quick get an idea of what that looks like, here are just a few of our people. This was Ashley. I just talked to her a few minutes ago. She just had a baby, and she's just got back into the program. That was in 4 weeks. This was 26 pounds and 16 workouts. This was 5 weeks. That doesn't even look like the same person, and that's Laura, one of my personal clients. Here's Pam, a matter of weeks. Kelly, 3 weeks. Tommy, 5 weeks. Elizabeth, that might have been a 6 week. There's Tim, 5 weeks. Jackie, I don't remember exactly how long that was. I think that was about a 4 week period. There's Maggie, posted her testimonial a little bit earlier this week. There's Robbie. Look, guys, if you want, you can either choose to get on a program that's going to work and get a result, or you can be entertained. And to me, it's way more entertaining if I'm getting a result from the program. So I'm going to check and see if there's any other. Okay. Meredith, thank you very much. Meredith said, I'm just starting. She just started our program this week, but so far the information has been invaluable. That's what we want to hear. You guys haven't met the rest of the Project 49 team. Dustin Seegers is my partner in Project 49. He's a physical therapist. The man he's brilliant. He's a genius. Part of our program is being able to rehab injuries, and he films series on corrective exercise and helps you learn how to prevent and correct imbalances that you have so that you can work out, because we're thinking about your future. And then my wife, Olinda, does a lot of the workouts for us. She teaches the yoga. She has a stretch series. And if you're brand new to fitness, like brand new, we have a program called First Steps that will literally take you from the couch to the workout in a nice, slow fashion. It's kind of the A to Z of basics in fitness. So guys, that's all for tonight. I got to get busy because I've got a ton of people asking for info. Just comment info if you want to be invited to my Zoom room to learn a little bit and ask some questions privately or with a very small group. Or if you have questions on amino acids, I'll help you with that. Just put aminos in the comments. And I apologize, I can't see all of the comments today. Sometimes the software delays them and I won't see them until a few minutes later, but I will get back to you. So thanks for joining my free training. Did it help you guys? If it helped, please comment down below that you learned something, that there's something about it that's new, something made you think, something maybe inspired you to take some action and do something a little different and maybe make a change that you haven't made before. Say if you would do that for me, that would be great. And again, I'm Alan Branch, Project 49. If you're local to us in Kernersville, North Carolina, also feel free to reach out. We've got our gym facility is there. Rest of you guys all over the country, glad you could join us tonight. Look to hear from you. And again, just comment if you want some help. Have a great night, guys, and we'll see you in the next training. One more thing, in the body of this post, there's an email, there's a text list. If you jump on that text list, you won't miss anything Project 49 when I do these little free trainings. You'll get a notification knowing that it's on. So if you're not interested in the program right now, at least get on the list so you don't miss anything that's free. We'll see you next time, guys.